I had all a kid slash teenager could want and then some. I had straight A's. I was in one of the most advanced educational programs in my country. I was really freaking strong. This is me repping like 365, I think, on deadlifts when I was 15. Also, by this point, I had already become like a national level athlete in volleyball. And then I had transitioned more to like combat sports, like MMA, fighting, like all of that type of stuff. I had a sick physique, and also I had the most amazing girlfriend on the planet during this time, at least for me. And this is like the stuffed animal that we would share and go back and forth. The point of this video is to explain that I hated it. I had everything like a young guy want. Like I had tons of status, like in my social circles. Like I had all the friends in the world. That's not how you spell status. Stay, something like that. I had all the status. I had like the body I wanted. All of the girls that I could ever want liked me. Like I was making money online. Like you hear about that all the time, but you don't know anyone in person who's actually done it. I've done it. I've had the money, I've had the girls, I've had the body, I've had the status. Like there was nothing else that I could possibly need. I had achieved all of that in 2 years prior to me starting this journey. I was a dude with blue hair. I'll see if I can pull it up. I was a kid with blue hair with 3 monitors playing at all times who was gooning violently like 14, 18 times a day. I'm going to be going into some lessons that I wish I knew. So just to recap my self-improvement journey, I started off becoming a national level volleyball player. Then my first like big season of self-improvement. This was my first ever like self-improvement experience, like trying to get better at something, but it wasn't like officially self-improvement yet. Season 1 was mental health for me. Season 2 was socializing. I talked to well over 5,000 people in a year, which is what most people do in 10 years. I wrestled. I did calisthenics. I got really good at certain skills like front lever pull-ups, handstand push-ups, explosive muscle-ups, weighted pull-ups with 110 pounds, stuff like that. Made my first bit of money online. First 4 figures. And then this is the season I'm in. My 3rd season, where it's more focused on God, purpose, and like overall fulfillment. I'm going to be going over some mistakes that I made over the past 3-4 years during this. So hopefully you get to skip some of them. And I believe I have 5. Yeah. The first mistake that I made, I was looking for outcomes over processes. So a lot of, especially younger guys, want a couple of things when it comes to their physique, for example. They want like the wide shoulders, the V-taper. They want to be attractive. They want like this big kind of cock energy. But they want like a certain physique. They want the V-taper. They want the big shoulders, girls to like them, whatever. I achieved that. And this was what I looked like 2 years ago. I'm fucking way, way bigger now. Like, it's not even close. Like, where's another picture? Just so I can show that. Yeah. I have more than that physique currently. But I don't actually like training like a bodybuilder to achieve this. See, this took me around 5 years, and if I was to train like proper optimized for bodybuilding, it probably would have taken me 4, maybe a little bit faster. But I would have been much weaker because the training style is completely different. And I don't really care about the physique too much. Like, obviously, it's cool as shit, and I'm going to use it and show you the picture. But I kind of care about being stronger overall. So I would much rather have a slightly worse physique, this being my idea of a worse physique, but being able to do 100 pounds on pull-ups for 8 reps. This is a lot more attractive to me than, okay, the V-taper, wide shoulders, lean abs. I would rather do dips with 100 pounds for 8. My heaviest dip set was 110 for 10, I believe. 110 pounds attached to me for 10 To me, that's much cooler than a physique. But because I had the idea of, oh, well, the physique gives you status, like it makes girls like you, whatever, I only focused on this. And the thing is, that led me to be super inconsistent with my training because I didn't actually want this. I wanted this. I wanted numbers. I wanted to be able to do heavy weighted pull-ups and dips and one-arm pull-ups. And I wanted to get into arm wrestling and train that and make my thumb bigger so it's hard to grip around me. But that has no place for an aesthetic physique program. So I skipped out on it for a long time and I just focused on this. And granted, it worked out well because my main goal during this time was to be like an athlete, was to achieve nice things. Again, like here I was wrestling and I had played volleyball for a few years. I had a 37-inch vertical measured when I was 13, 14 years old, like no joke. And I'm happy with the physique I managed to build in spite of the fact of not really caring what I looked like a ton. Like the only thing I've ever trained bodybuilding wise is shoulders and maybe a little bit of arms. And arms is mostly from arm wrestling and pull-ups. Everything else is just like, that's just so happened what I look like. So I'm lucky. But if you maybe want to, if you're a bit of a bigger guy and it's going to be difficult for you to achieve this physique and you don't like the training style, why not get into strongman? Why not get into powerlifting? Why not get into football or a different sport like American football, rugby, whatever? Why focus only on the outcome when it's an outcome that, yeah, it would be cool, but you don't really care about the process at all? The main lesson for here is focus purely on the process. What is it that you actually want to do day to day? I'm going into the United States Marines, United. And with like my test scores and my physical fitness and all that, I'm able to pick basically whatever job that I want. It would be a lot cooler if I went the infantry route, which is like the people who are on the ground. If I went the infantry route, I'm just going to type inf or write inf, and I was able to fight and I was able to like kill people and whatever. That'd be a much cooler story thinking of it now. But if I really think of the process, do I want to be sat in a desert pooping in sand for 4 years? No. Do I want to do cyber security where I'm at a laptop, hopefully usually in air conditioning, where I write on a laptop and nobody really bothers me and I kind of can do whatever I want besides my actual work and what I have to do while on base? This is a lot less sexy of like an outcome, but it pays better. You're not as scarred from it. And also it's more enjoyable during the time because I get to focus on what I focus on, which is going to be like my YouTube channel. And it's going to be my specific fitness because I want to compete in arm wrestling within the next 4 or 5 years. And I'm going to be a Marine at that time. So having the extra money and having the extra freedom, like when I do have freedom, again, I only get like 50 something days off a year. 2 days per national holiday, I believe. I don't know what that math equates to. But this, even though it's a lot less like sexy of an outcome, I'm not going to be like a soldier. The process is going to be 1,000 times more enjoyable. So I'm going to focus on this. Another thing, I was focused on money over skills. When I was trying to make my first money online, I had a coaching business where I basically help people get bigger and stronger like this. Every single gym rat's fucking first business. And I actually made a bit of money, like decent money. I still, like months later after ending the business, have money left over and I'm chill. I bought a new phone from it. I'm going to show you. I got like, not new, but newer iPhone, like 4 years old, I think. So it's pretty nice. But I was focused on the money over skill set. And what that means is there's 3 aspects towards running a business. 3 business. I don't know how to spell this. 3 business. You have your offer. So what it is that you actually sell. You have how you get leads, which is how do you acquire people. So for example, if I was selling something, I may be by the time you're watching this, but if I was selling something the day of recording this, this would be like my lead magnet. This would be the thing that allows you to get to know me, trust me, and then I send you to a website somewhere, a page to book a call or whatever, and then that leads you to my offer, and then you have a percent to buy or a percentage chance to buy. So we have offer, leads, and then delivery, which is how you actually give the service. So if I'm coaching, it's calls, it's your meal plan, it's your workout plan, whatever. I was pretty okay at this because I was getting like 10 calls a week as a complete beginner, which is nice. I had what's called a school community, which is basically, I may have a picture. Yeah, I had a school community called Hard Gainer University. And essentially I help skinny guys like bulk up and get bigger and stronger and all of that. And I had like 70 plus members in here. That was pretty cool. It was after like 3 months, which is nice. So I have like 70 people that are all like under me, basically, that I can send messages to and whatever. This is super valuable. Like young guys will look at this and be like, oh, you only have 70 people. 70 people is actually quite a lot. And there's guaranteed somebody here who would want to pay you if you were good, like with the credibility that I showed with all the testimonials and shit. Like people would want to pay you is the point. But these 3 things are the things that need to improve. So you need to get really good at getting leads, people knowing that you exist. So YouTube outreach, something, your offer, what it is that you sell, courses, coaching, community, services, whether it's B2B, which is business to business, or it's B2C, which is business to consumer, and then actually giving it. I was only really good at this. And when I say good, I mean this was the thing I was best at, but I kind of sucked at everything. Everything was bad. But I was making money. And you might think, oh, wow, you made money even though like you said you sucked. And no, because I sucked. So my clients would actually get upset because my delivery wasn't good. So they trusted me less. So that weakened my offer because I had less credibility. And that made it harder for me to get leads because no one would recommend me. No one would say like, oh, Brandon's like the GOAT. Brandon's the best. Because I was focused mainly on just selling and getting money. And again, my main goal was to help people. But because I didn't have the skills, I couldn't help people to the maximum. I was only focused on money. So main thing is to focus on skills before you worry about making money, because that's a huge mistake that I made. I was just trying to sell for years and I made zero progress because I didn't have the skill set. I promise you, make YouTube videos, get really good at YouTube, make Instagram reels, stories, posts, whatever, get really good at Instagram. Make something for free that you give to people. See how you can improve it. See how you can make it better, whether it's coaching, whether it's courses, whether it's community, whatever. Get a couple of hundred, a couple of thousand people who actively know you exist. So whether that's followers, whether that's people inside of a school community, you can total them all together. It doesn't matter. Get people who know you exist. After that, you'll know how to get leads. This will be done. Then focus on your offer. There's a book by Alex Hormozi called $100 Million Offers. It's how to make an offer so good people feel stupid saying no. After you collect all the data on what it is that people like, because you gathered leads, because you did the work beforehand, figure out what it is that you're actually going to sell. So you'll have to have an idea in order to get leads. So you'll be posting content about probably self-improvement, gym stuff, whatever it is that you naturally gravitate towards. But then you'll have like a solid paid offer that you pay for, or that people would pay for. See what it is that people would want. See what it is that they need based on the leads that you got, and then make that offer. Then, because you did so much work for free, because you did all of the stuff for free, then you'll know how to deliver. Then you'll know how to give it to them, because they already told you what it is that they wanted. You already know you're offering based on what they wanted and based on what you've already been doing. And then you just have to give it to them. That's it. That's how you run a business. But focus on these skills versus just like, okay, $39 a month with courses and community and do YouTube and drive them to the course. No. It can be that simple, but you have to be good for it to work. And the thing is, you're not good yet. And that's okay, because you're young and stupid, and you're supposed to be young and stupid when you're young and stupid. Again, I'm young and stupid, which is why I ended my business, because I need to focus on skills and I need to drive all my attention towards skills. I'm not, and again, made well over $1,000 in a month, like was making money like month by month. I was doing okay. I was in the beginning stages of building something big. I decided to end that because I wasn't ready for it, because I needed the skill set. So that's number 2. Third thing, I was trying to follow God plus also role models. I would look at a lot during this time. Who would I even watch? Like, I would watch the Hamzas, fucking gay red pill shit. I would watch the Hamzas. I'd watch the Tates. Who else did I watch? I watch a lot of Hormozy nowadays. Hormozy, who else? I think that's kind of it. I didn't watch YouTube a ton, but I would look at these 3 and I would try and model my life after them. And the thing is, when you follow role models super seriously, like I would only really watch Hamza during this time and a little bit of Tate. I didn't really know who Alex Hormozy was, so we can remove this completely. Now I basically only watch Alex Hormozy and like Devin Larratt arm wrestling compilations. I would only follow these 2. If that's all you consume, these are the people that you become. And again, these are 2 people, maybe Hamza a little bit less, but these are 2 people, especially Tate, who focus much, much, much more on outcome over process. Tate has openly said he doesn't like his life countless times. He's openly said that it's stressful and it's hard and it's difficult, and not in like the good way of like he can't sleep for multiple days at a time and he has night terrors and all of this stuff. And yeah, he has a strong mind and he's able to sit there and say like, yeah, well, fucking, that means I'm top G. But wouldn't you rather be like pretty rich? Like have enough money and just enjoy yourself? Really think about that. Like if you're being super, super like self-analytical, yeah, when you're super disciplined and you do something you hate and whatever, you might be proud of yourself at the end, whatever, but you can be proud of yourself while liking things as well. Like you can be disciplined and still enjoy what you do. I would just follow these 2, but I was also religious and I believed in God. This is a cross. Here, I'll make it in blue so it looks a little different. But I also believed in God. And I was trying to follow this while also getting better at dating, while also like focusing only on money, like when I was like 14, which I wasn't able to do because you're simply not able to get a bank account attached to anything. What I needed to do was say, okay, these people can give me ideas, but he's the one who actually finalizes these ideas. So if they have an idea and they're saying like, oh yeah, work hard, I can look to my religious beliefs and I can go, okay, work hard. What does that look like here? Okay, cool. Like Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Okay, that means that I can do all things. So even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, even when I don't feel like doing the thing, whatever, I can do it. Dope. That's how I'd format it. Follow God before you follow any of these people. Fuck these people. Next thing. I waited way too long to think about early graduation for fear about what people around me would say. So I'm graduated high school a year early. So I was supposed to do it during my 4th year. I did it during my 3rd. I was in the ACE program for 3 years, which is basically like a really high educational program. It's for college courses and all that. It's kind of like AP, but I think a little bit higher, or at least like lateral to that, so it's on the same level. I think ACE might be like one tick higher, but I don't know. I left this, which parents didn't like, to do early grad. And the reason was I wanted to focus on this business specifically and go all in on it because I was already making like $1,000 a month and I had maybe 2-3 hours of free time every day. I was waking up at 3 a.m. I was going to bed at 10. Like, sleep was horrible. I was working basically every hour I was able to, except for when my teachers told me to put my laptop or phone away. But the work wasn't really high quality and I was sleep deprived and my physique was going down. Like, this is me looking like shit, by the way. And my back actually got bigger because the only thing I was training during this time was pull-ups, which is neat. Look at that back. Holy shit, dude. Anyways, I waited way too long to think about early graduation, so back to where I was. It was lots of fighting, lots of whatever, but I actually managed to graduate a year early, got all the paperwork I needed signed, and now I'm focusing on business, and I'm going to become a Marine. And now I'm living a life that I really, really like because I get to do the business work that I get to do as my deep work, and I get to train super hard to have the idea of like the identity of something. So I've never really been able to train just for like an aesthetic body. Like, that's always been a little bit annoying to me. Like, that's always been gay. I've always needed a reason. So like, I'm an athlete. I want to be strong enough to do pull-ups with my girlfriend. I actually did that. So I did pull-ups with her around my waist, which is neat. Pull-ups. Girlfriend. Pull-ups, girlfriend, athlete. Whatever. I always needed like a bigger reason than like, oh, I want to look good, whatever. Like, athlete was the biggest one for me. I needed to do a sport where I made the best progress in my fitness was when I had an actual identity placed above it. And I thought, okay, shut the fuck up, Google. I'm going to become a Marine. I'm going to be a Olympian volleyball player. I'm wrestling, so I need to be strong. Like, it's always had a reason. Arm wrestling, I need to train so I'm able to crack people's wrists or whatever. Now I like my life a ton. And it's because I graduated early. I hated school with every fiber of my being. I just wanted to walk out and leave. And the final one, I became more lustful because I listened to modern day dating practices. Let me tell you some shit. Let me be real. I had every single girl in the universe after my ass. I don't have them anymore, but I had I don't even want to talk about it because it's fucking icky. I had a program at some point with a ton of proof of like text messages of girls wanting to have sexual intercourse with me. I had pictures of like girls on top of me and shit. Like, this is me. That's about the face I would make too. It kind of looks like I'm a horse. Anyways, I'm the bottom one. And I would go into like very, very vivid detail for like 15 to 20-year-old guys on how to date, how to attract girls, how to like what type of condom to use specifically, where to do it if you don't have like a house to do it at. I would do all of this. And again, this was in part because I was trying to make money, but also because I was listening to other role models. I had lost like a big part of me and my religion, Christianity, the one true religion, because I was trying to follow other role models. And they said, oh yeah, dating's important, get some experience, like whatever. I had lost a very important part of like my soul. And I believe every time you get with someone, whether it's a kiss, whether it's, that's an H, whether it's even holding hands, whether it's a fucking hug, it doesn't matter. Especially like actual sex. It's like you're taking a bit of your soul away. And every time it's adding like this black sludge to your ability to love your next partner. So this is one person, then two people, then you have sex with someone, and then you have another few girlfriends on the side that you're kind of intimate with. You don't have sex, but it's whatever. And then you have sex again, and it's this huge thing. Now your next person only has this bit. They only have this small amount. And the thing is, I'm not saying you can't fix that, right? You can't start anew and slowly eat away at the sludge. But there's sludge there. In order to have an intimate relationship with someone, you need that person to be the only one you're intimate with. And I've made the mistake a ton in the past, because by the time I was 14, I had like fucking 10 girlfriends. By freshman year, end of freshman year, I had close to 20. And some of those relationships lasted like 6 months. What I would do a lot would be get into a let's say this is over the course of 1 year. What I would do a lot is I would get into a relationship for like 3 to 6 months. Let's say this is 5 months. And then I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'd realize, oh, wait, this is a problem. I need to stop. And then I would restart. And see, especially when you're in school, girls see this and they don't see this. So they just get with you and think that you're going to play them. And granted, I've never been rejected in my life, but I've had girls who've been like super, super self-conscious about themselves or not wanting to trust me because of things I'm doing. And the thing is, when I was in a relationship, like I'd be pretty horrible by my standards today. But I wouldn't like be that bad for like high school standards, whatever. But yeah, this sucked. And maybe you only get it if you go through it, but just avoid this bit. Have as little of these as you can. Think more long term and think, if this girl was ugly, if I didn't like her laugh, like her laugh was annoying, whatever. Well, maybe you don't have to demean her. If she was ugly, this is the main one for me. Would I still date her? If the answer is anything south of no, or south of yes, so yes, going this way down to no. If it's anything other than an absolute yes, then don't do it. Because it's just going to ruin your future. And it's cool to tell your buddies or whatever, like, oh yeah, I fucked that girl. Like, oh yeah, we kissed in gym class. She was on my lap. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. So, yeah. The main thing that I needed more of was God. So, if you don't know where to start, you're a little bit skeptical, just look up some apologetic stuff. Look up some Cliff Knechtle. Talk to ChatGPT. If you talk to ChatGPT, it'll literally tell you Christianity over atheism, over Buddhism, over Islam, whatever, is the most credible religion and idea. At least when I did it. It might be like, oh no, Judaism. But yeah. my goal is just to get you closer towards here and help you become better. So that's everything. My name has been Brandon. Keep doing the best, doing your best. Trust God. Signing off.